But I believe in networking. I believe in having more professionals in the network. It's something I can change somebody's life, or somebody can change my life, or maybe they can help me help themselves in that process. So it's all about, we are human beings. We're trying to help each other here, right? So
Tim is one of the most authentic and genuine people I've ever met.
Sincerely believe he's coming from a position of giving, and that means a lot.
You're going to make huge progress.
Well, welcome everybody to today's capital raising show. Today I have an awesome guest expert on the line with us today, Madina Shaik. Madina is an accredited investor, very successful in syndicator right here in the Houston, Texas market. Madina has an IT background, been an IT professional, business owner for over 20 years, for a long time. He has a very diverse experience in real estate investing as well. And Madina, his company's name is Makaan, and they specialize in multifamily. They currently have over 319 million asset under management of over 4,000 units between GP and LP, and they are on track to do $1 billion this year, their first 2 years in the business. So that was one of the reasons that got me really excited to interview Madina, because he has a very aggressive goal. Not only that, but he has a track record to back up, and the growth that he has already gotten in his first year in business has been phenomenal. And so I have no doubts that he's going to hit that $2 billion asset under management goal. Madina, invests in every single one of his deals. So he's not just, like, some syndicators where they don't put any skin in the game. Madina does it a little bit differently. He puts a lot of money in every single one of his deals. And then also to Makaan Investments, and CompQSoft is his IT company that provides IT services to the Department of Defense, DoD, and other Fortune 500 companies. So with that, let's welcome Madina Shaik. Madina, welcome, buddy.
thank you, guys. Thank you, Tim.
Awesome. Well, really glad you're willing to do this interview with me. I know you're rather a more private guy, so a lot of people don't know you out there in our industry, and so I really appreciate that you're willing to do this interview with me today.
Yeah, that was by design, by the way, because of the nature of work I do. So I don't want to be out there on the social media every day. So, but again, this is I listen to every introduction. It looks like there are who just got started, and there are some people with a lot of experience. So I'm somewhere in the middle. So, how do you want to do this, Tim? Do you want me to just kind of intro myself, or
so
I'll go right into the questions?
Yeah, I have questions for you, but we definitely can start with that, how you got into the multifamily space. Well, let's go back a little bit of how you got into the real estate business, and then what made you get into the multifamily and went away from the single family.
Yes. So again, so my background is not real estate. So my background, I'm a hardcore IT professional. So I came here from India on an IT job, actually. So came on a work permit, got a green card, and got my citizenship. But so busy with my doing consulting work with the Army, and traveling to different locations all over the world. So I never had a time to think about outside the IT. So So I always thinking of getting into the real estate, but never had time to do it. But so what I did just before the COVID started, I travel a lot. I live in Houston. I travel a lot to Washington, D.C. That's where most of my employees work. I have like around 500 people working there. So I was traveling a lot. So never had time to do anything with the real estate, except I was investing with the people like you guys, like somebody who's doing a syndication. I just go and put like $250,000, maybe 100,000, 200,000. So I invested like that, like $5-6 million. So, but when the COVID hit, my travel changed actually. So the customer doesn't want to meet in person. So obviously I had a lot of time in hand. So I stuck in Houston. So I said, I'm getting bored. I had to do something different. So that's why I got into real estate. Started with the single family so that I don't make a lot of mistakes. So I make a mistake with a smaller investment. So that's how I started into single family. By the time I realized, I just like did close to 100 transactions in 1 year. Okay, so that's
Wow.
like I buy a deferred maintenance property, and I'm going to go and fix it up and rent it. Okay, I did that in 1 year, and so I realized that I cannot really scaling with that model. So single family, one house at a time. So I said, no, I cannot do this. So that's why I switched to the multifamily, because I can scale up faster. Okay, with the one closing, I can have anywhere from 100 to 500, 600 units, right? So that's my first transaction was the May 21st, 2021. That was my 120 unit apartment complex. I bought it. Okay, so that's how I got into the multifamily. And then we can talk about how we raise the money and stuff like that. Tim, is it
Right. That's awesome. And then, so I mean, it sounds like you're just a super doer. You go out there, yeah, you're just out there doing it. Did you join any group that helped you learn the process and all of that? Or
Okay,
any
yes.
kind of coaching? Or
Yeah,
anything?
the piece I missed was I joined Lifestyles in Houston. So as I think they call it a PIG member. It's
Okay, yeah.
one of their highest membership, right? So that means where you can invest, also you can syndicate. Okay, so far I never syndicated with the Lifestyles. I only invested as a passive in the lifestyle deals. But yes, I did get I got a lot of training material, because they have a requirement to get certified, and so you had to go through so many hours of training. So yes, that was one thing I got it, especially for the multifamily side.
Gotcha. Any reason why you haven't done any syndications through that group?
I don't want to go too much in detail, but one thing I did not do it because of the restrictions on as a syndicator. You can only do certain number of deals per year,
I see.
and you have to follow the white paper. Okay, so that kind of limiting my capability to do multiple deals in a year.
Right.
Okay, in last 1 year we did, like as I said, $320 million something. I cannot do that in the lifestyle because I need a blessing from all the investors before I go from one deal to the next deal.
Right.
So that is the reason why I did not raise the money inside, but otherwise it's
I see. Okay. How many gosh, I mean, so like technically you started multifamily only what the less than 2 years, right? A year and
it's
a few months.
May 21st, 2021 is my first transaction.
Okay.
Multifamily.
Wow.
I
Okay.
still
Yeah.
remember the day. Yes.
Yeah. So not even a year and a half yet. And how many deals have you done so far? And how many total units is that?
I think we have Natalie on the phone. So I don't know exactly. I think we crossed the 3,000. Okay. I think it was nine deals, I think. Natalie, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. 9 deals, roughly about 3,000 units. Okay. And how much would you say you have raised for those 9 deals?
Okay. So before we get to the raising money, just want to tell you, my situation was a little bit unique because I was, as you guys see, I was getting a lot of the income from my other business.
Right.
And it is a S corporation. It was transferring straight to my personal tax returns. So that means I was paying a lot of taxes. So my motivation was I need to cut down the taxes I'm paying. So when I start doing my deals, I was pretty much funding my own money. Okay. but I brought a few of my close friends so that they experience this. Okay, but mostly it is my money coming
I
in,
see.
right? So, but as we grow our deal size, it is just my money, my friend's money was not enough, right? So we start reaching out to outside, okay, to somebody, my friend's friend, or so it just went through 2-3 layers above my friend circle to raise. I think we raised at least $30 million. I would say more than $30 million.
Okay.
And I put my own $20 million of my own money. Every deal I did, I put 20% of my money into the deal.
Gotcha. And is that still your formula now? So the
Yes,
deals that you're
I would
doing-
like to continue doing the same.
Okay.
Okay, and it is a little bit too much because that means I'm 100% into real estate, so I'm not going and buying some bitcoins or any stocks or something. I'm pretty much skin in the game kind of stuff. So when I put 20%, when I talking to the investor, they feel confident that this guy has a skin in the game, so my money is a little safer. Okay,
Right.
then you are a syndicator, you have nothing in the deal, and you're asking somebody to put their life savings in your deal, right? That's a kind of little bit tough sale. So I just took this other one where I'm putting my money before I ask somebody to invest in it.
Right. Okay. And then are most of your deals, has it been a 506B or C?
All of except my first one was a 506B. Rest of them are 506C.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And what would, obviously you're very experienced as a business owner, you have resources. At this point, what deal size would have you feel like, oh, this is challenging, that like it would take you out of your comfort zone to raise the money for?
Yes, so that's another thing I call myself. So I want to be out of the comfort zone. So if I did $130 million, that was my last transaction. So I would like to go above that. But so the one we are doing right now is only 440 units. I think it's like a less than $40 million deal. But so myself, I would like to, if you ask me, I would like to be above $130 million purchase price. That's the deals I want to do it, and that's what put me out of comfort zone. So I believe in being in the out of comfort zone, so that way you work harder, meet that one. So I like that challenge. So yes, if you ask me, ideal next deal, it's going to be above $130 million.
Gotcha. So, so let's assume, with this $130 million deal, what would be some of the challenges that you foresee, and how would you overcome them?
Now you need to tell me on the deal underwriting or operating or the fundraising.
On the fundraising, on the
Fundraising.
fundraising side.
Yeah, fundraising again, as you guys all know, the current environment it's kind of a little more like a negative, I would say, because of the interest rates are a little bit higher. Okay, and we still have sellers trying to make a lot of money on their property, but the underwriting doesn't support those numbers. So that's where the struggle is now. Of me going and trying to explain to some investor, say, okay, this is a still great deal for you to invest in, right? So we have, obviously, with your debt service is a little bit higher, so that is eating into your cash flow, which is whatever the cash on cash returns you can give to the investors. Okay, so there are a lot of deals, but there are very few can still give you the numbers make sense for you. So there's a lot of work we are doing. We are constantly underwriting, but again, as I said, there's a disconnect between the seller and buyer at this time. Okay, the seller still he is conveniently 4-5 months in the past. he wants the same rates like what he was getting 5 months ago versus today's cap rates are different, right? So yeah, when fundraising it's a little bit challenging at this time, especially unless you have a really great deal, which is hard to find at this time.
Right. Okay. And have you considered or planning to go after fundraising from family office type groups or institutional type groups?
Yes. So to go to the next $1 billion, $2 billion, there is a limitation with the even with the accredited investors. Your check size is not going to kind of support the kind of growth you're looking for. Yes, we are in discussion with a couple of family offices to support our growth. Yeah, the
Gotcha.
answer is yes.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And like you know, and I've never raised money through family office or anything like that, but do you foresee any challenges around that, or would they want more control than you would like to give up or anything like that?
Not really. The most of the, as you see, Tim, if I have $100 million sitting in my savings account, do you think I go and buy another job, right? So I would like to invest with somebody where I have a confidence, invest with some good operator, somebody who has a good team, right? Good past performance, good experience running a business, right? So they're not in the business of buying properties and operating them. So they don't want any involvement in it as long as you are deliver what you promise.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. And then in terms of your business, do are you vertically integrated? Do you have your own property management company and construction company and all of that?
Yes. Early on, we made an executive decision not to get into the property management at this time. Maybe when we hit 10,000 units, we might consider buying some existing property management company and launch separate entity, which is independent from our Makaan investment group, right? But at this time, we hire a third-party property management company. But as far as the construction, the rehab work, we are trying to bring it in-house. We have a Makaan Builders LLC, which is going to handle the construction work. Okay, so but again, we still follow minimum 3 bids, and we only take it if we are cheaper and faster than the other 2 competitors. Okay. Even though it is a part of the company, the Makaan is a part of our family thing, but we still treat it just like we compare with the other vendors. If we can do it faster and cheaper, we do it. Otherwise, we give it to somebody who can do better than us.
Right. Okay. And I know with your goal to get to $1 billion, in terms of what would be some of your major challenges to get you there in the time frame that you want? Is it deal flow? Is it money? Like what are some of the top challenges?
I would again, our goal is May 21st next year. Okay.
Okay.
So that means we had to get like more than $500 million from now until it's kind of looks impossible, but it is not totally impossible, right? Because if you wait for next 3 to 6 months, you will see a lot of really, really good deals in the market. Okay. And now with the family office relationships, and we constantly underwriting, looking for the portfolio properties instead of just the buying 1 property or 2 properties here. You have a portfolio of properties that kind of a jump like maybe $400 million, or $300 million, 1 deal. So if you do a couple of deals like that, so we just meet our goals. Okay, that's the reason why I'm like, if you look at it, my team, my investor relations team is busy every day. They're talking to a lot of investors, a lot of institutional investors, and we go into a lot of conferences. We're very busy. So yes, and on the deal underwriting side, we are busy. So that's, yes, we are still working towards that goal, Tim.
Gotcha. Okay. And so, okay, so going just so I make sure that I understand clearly here. So basically, you're targeting portfolio, a bunch of properties together where each acquisition is probably over 100 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, what the portfolio, yes, at least the minimum 100 million. So if you can combine multiple properties and maybe in a multi-state and do one transaction versus you're taking smaller transactions, and each transaction takes 2 to 3 months actually to close, as you guys know. Okay.
Right.
The multifamily thing, it takes a long time
Right.
to close. From the day you got your letter of intent accepted to the closing, minimum is 90 days. Okay, sometimes it just goes beyond. Okay, so if you do a bigger transaction, so that way we are getting closer to our goal. So that's why the goal here is to find a bigger deal with the multiple properties in one portfolio. Okay, it could be one seller, it could be a couple of sellers. Okay.
Right. Okay. And then going back to capital raising, what would you say is the average check size that your investor writes it's when they invest in your deal?
Okay. If I have a few, right, like a $2-3 million versus we have several at 100,000 range. So if you take the average, I would say like maybe $400,000
Okay.
average it. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then with your background being, being a business owner, are most of your investors business owners themselves, or who are they? What's their profile?
So some of them are in a similar situation like myself. Okay. Because I was able to they can relate to my situation, right? So they have some of their business successful, they're paying a lot of taxes. Now with the, as you guys know, with the bonus depreciation and cash flow and then the appreciation, they see the value right away, especially the bonus depreciation, right? If you put $1 million and you're able to take that depreciation of it. So you're saving $400,000 right away, okay, right? So 40% tax bracket, right? So yes, there are a lot of them are like that, but we are still targeting to accredited investors. So we're constantly building our database. It's that engine is not stopping. Whether we have a deal or not, we are still talking to the investors. They are coming into our CRM system. We are give some webinars and get them ready, get them understand what is this multifamily investment is. So kind of a lot of work, but I'm not expecting I talk to somebody, he's going to invest in my next deal. Okay, we are giving ourselves enough time so that they need to be comfortable. They need to trust you. They need to understand what is the ins and outs of the multifamily investing is as a limited partner. What are the risks? So we educate them. So we are taking sweet time. I encourage them to talk to us and clarify before they even invest $1 in our deals. Okay. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And I lost my train of thoughts. Your obviously one of the ways that you build trust with your investors is by you invest a lot in yourself. What about the payout that you, I guess, how do you structure your profit split and your payout for your syndications?
Oh, okay. So I like the simple stuff, right? So there are complicated waterfalls and all, but in Makaan, we pretty much using the easy one, 80-20 right now. Okay. So that's pretty much is 80 limited partners, 20 is a general partner like us. Okay. So that's how we have so far.
And any prep?
No.
No prep. Okay.
Yeah, it's a straight 80-20. Okay. But we have construction deals right now. I have 4 or 5 of them I'm working on. So that structure is going to be a little bit different than my cash flowing properties, which we own right now. Okay. We are considering going for the waterfall with the new construction projects. Okay. I don't get anything until my investors get like 12, 13% IRR. And then we go 30, 70, and then up to 20% IRR. Then after that, we just keep changing. It will go to maybe 60 to us, 40 to them when they reach certain threshold. Okay.
Mhm.
The hurdles. Okay. So we are going for the complicated waterfall for the development projects, but so far, whatever we did is 80-20 split.
Gotcha. Okay. And for your development projects, are they all multifamily as well?
Yes. Again, one simple thing I believe in right now, just get really good at one asset class. I don't want to be going to the hotels and going to RV parks and stuff like that. Just the multifamily. Even in multifamily, I would like to stay at the class B for existing ones and the class A for the new ones we are building. Okay.
I
I'm
see.
very specific. I don't want to go to R zones with the class C. I just want to stay in the class B and the class A.
I see. Okay. And do you foresee that might change once you get past your $1 billion asset under management, or
Nope,
no?
there are a lot of, I believe in providing safe and secure living space for the working class, right? So I don't want to go into the war zone of the class C, right?
Mm.
Yes, I can go and improve the property, but it's beyond me to go and improve the whole neighborhood. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's why I would like to stay in the class B.
I see. Okay. And is that also applicable to staying with just multifamily for as long as you can see into the future?
Yes, for right now, but the next year it's still multifamily, but it's more senior care center development.
Uh-huh.
To me, it's still multifamily because I'm not operating, but I'm building it and fill it up and sell it to somebody. Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's a little variation, which is next year. Yes.
Right. That's awesome. Okay. What are some of your favorite tools that you use in your business? Like it could be software tools, it could be whatever
Yes.
tools.
Yeah. I'm a technical guy, so I believe in automating a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Try to reduce all this human mistakes. So we do use for investment platform, we use the InvestNext.
Mhm.
Okay, if you guys and you are interested, investnext.com. I think it's not very expensive, but it's very integrated, highly secure, cloud-based solution. Okay, there are a lot of other ones, but I like this one. We sign up with them. All my deals, the deal room and the investor portal, when they log in, they have the dashboard on how their various investments are doing. They get a very detailed report when they log into that portal. So everything, our distributions, everything that happens from that site, from that portal. So
Okay.
and also for CRM, we use a different one. But for the investor relations, managing our deals, managing all the finance, we use the InvestNext. But at the property level, so we use the ResMan and a couple of other property management software, which are to take care of the property. Okay. So that's where all my finance team spend most of the day going through all those reports and see each property, how they are doing, because we keep the asset management in-house. We outsource the property management, but the asset management, we do it ourselves. Okay. So that's where most of my finance team is spending time on the property management side, on the software system, but my investor relations team is spending time on the InvestNext. Okay.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
for the prospectors, future investors, they're all coming into my CRM system. That's where my investor relations have a conversation. Everything is documented. Every phone call, every text message, every email is all documented. Every communication we had with any existing or future potential investors is recorded in the system.
I see. Okay, that's
Which is,
good.
very important for if there is audit with the SEC, so everything is documented. So
Right. Okay. What would, based on all the different ways that you raise money, what would be the top, like your favorite ways to raise money?
yeah, I have a good investor relations team. They talking, obviously there are a lot of traffic. They talk to a lot of people every day. They do the seminar, webinars. So I have my own way of doing it. I reach out to very select. So I'm working with like more big check investors. Okay.
Mhm.
That's my favorite thing, but I'm not discounting anything. But
Right.
anytime if some investor wants to talk to me, I'm available. I told Natalie, I told my team, just if somebody have additional questions, I'm always available to talk to them.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I do that. That's me explaining to some investor the benefits of investing in the real estate, especially multifamily. That's one of my favorite topics.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you partner with others on deals?
Yes, I did that, two of them, full disclosure, but we decided going forward, we would like not to do that. Okay, unless there's a real compelling reason, and at the same time, we have asset management completely ourselves. If let's say, Tim, tomorrow you say, okay, hey, I have a deal here, I want to partner with you, co-GP, but we might consider it based on the deal. But asset management is still going to stay with the Makaan because we don't want to put our name when we have no control.
I see. Okay.
Yes, we've seen it. There are too many cooks in the kitchen. It's just not the situation we're looking for because it's a lot of money we're talking here, and somebody come in and oh, now because I brought some money, now I'm a co-GP, I want to do this, right? But you do not have a bandwidth. And we really don't want to spoil this thing, and we don't want to spoil our name. So if I am teaming with somebody, we keep the asset management.
Right. Okay. So, I know you are, I mean, obviously you're a very big thinker, right? To set a goal to do 2 billion in 2 years is huge. And you have a very successful background with your business and stuff. What would you say to the people listening to how can they stretch their mind, I guess? How can they dare to dream bigger, set bigger goals? What are some of the, your techniques, I guess, or around that?
Tim, it's very simple. It's not just the fundraising, any business. So I just be very honest with somebody I'm having conversation with. What is my limitation? What's my strong points? How I can help the person, right? Don't try to inflate things or try to put something which is not there, make it believe to the guy. If not today, he will find out tomorrow, maybe after a month. Doesn't look good. So just to go there, I'm Joe Smith. This is what I can do for you. This is I'm good at it. This is the value I can add to you, and you can trust me. Okay. Here is a few references. And so you're asking somebody to trust you with their life savings, actually. So this is really not easy. So be open and be transparent and tell them as it is, okay? Because they had to trust you first before even if they give you $1, forget about 100,000, right? So I would recommend if you're getting started, go reach out to, it's in your circle or outside the circle, but just see who you are, what you know, how you're going to add value. You're basically saving them time. Everybody is busy, especially the guys with the money, they are busy, right? So you're taking some of their tasks and you're making it easy for them. You're making money for them. In that process, you're making some money. He's fine with that, okay? So my advice, just be transparent and honest on the first meeting.
Right. Okay. And what's your why? What's the reason why you want to get to $1 billion asset under management in 2 years? Like that's a huge goal and very short time frame. What's your why behind that? What drives you to do that?
So I just get a kick out of it because I'm not after money, by the way, because I never seen the money. I came from a poor family, so money was not the driver for me. So I just want to do something not many people cannot do it. Okay, so that's like I'm just challenging myself, and in that process, I can help somebody. If I'm making more money, that means I can help somebody to better themselves. Okay, maybe sponsoring some kids for school or helping some poor people in some areas where I came from. They can use a lot of help. Okay, or even here in this country, a lot of people need help. Okay, so I just wanted to do something good, which eventually helps other people also. Okay, I'm not trying to just increase my net worth or something. Okay, so but again, why I'm getting up in the morning, I just want to do something which not many people can do it. Okay, so I'm just working hard.
All right. Okay. And you have kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you teaching your kids that perhaps other parents are not? You don't see other parents teaching this.
I'm not really a great parent myself, but I give the independence, and basically I just make them to think themselves, because there are so many opportunities here. Okay, and so my responsibility is to make sure they go to the good school, finish the school, and give the environment where they can grow on their own, because you cannot force the kids. Okay, it has to come from inside. You can only push certain, right? So I'm working on so that they have their own goals and go and do better than what I'm doing. That's pretty much what I'm telling them every day. It's like, okay, so I'm not saying I'm doing great. I'm just telling you can do better than me. Okay. So just motivating pretty much.
Gotcha. Okay. And are you nudging them into real estate at all?
What is that?
Are you nudging them? Are you pushing them toward real estate, or are you leaving
Yes,
it
I
up to
did,
them?
because if you look at most of the millionaires in this country made through real estate. So because they did not know, and even I came to know a little later. So like whatever I learned, I'm transferring. So I'm telling them, do whatever the main business, just like I'm doing, IT side, but spend some time in your extra time you have, the evenings or weekends, do some real estate. So maybe when you're comfortable, you can go full time into this. So you can't really go wrong with the real estate. Real estate is the one industry is very forgiving. Okay. So even if you make a mistake over the time, it will fix itself. Okay.
Right. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. All right. We're gonna be wrapping up this portion of our call today, but any last words of wisdom you'd like to leave with all the listeners today?
No, again, as I said, you have around 52 people here. So with the different backgrounds and different experiences, all I can say is just to do it. Okay, just get started. Okay, so just some goal you're achieving, right? So it for some people it might take only 6 months. For some people it might take 6 years. Don't compare yourself with the others, but set your own goals and try to better yourself. Okay, so we're talking about real estate fundraising here. So you can do it. Okay, if I can do it, I think you guys can do better than me.
Yeah, I mean, you're amazing for sure. I thank you so much for being on here and giving, like sharing with us your wisdom. What can people that are listening in, how can we, I guess, give back to you? What resources, what connections, what are you looking for that perhaps the people are listening can help you, support you find, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything?
again, not anything specific, but I believe in networking. I believe in having more professionals in the network. It's something I can change somebody's life, or somebody can change my life, or maybe they can help me help themselves in that process. So it's all about, we are human beings. We're trying to help each other here, right? So maybe sometime where I might be more valuable to you, maybe the next day you may be more valuable to me. So I believe in networking. And our website is MakaanInvestmentGroup.com. I'm very active on the LinkedIn. If you guys can like to connect me on the LinkedIn, that's the only one I check on a daily basis. Okay, reach out to me, and if you are in Houston, we meet up sometime for a coffee or something. But I'm available if you have any questions, any specific questions on some deal or anything in general. I'm available. Okay.